So we got breaking news and an update about Mitch McConnell, who earlier had a medical emergency where he fell again. Not the first time he fell, not the first time he freezes. I got the breaking news for you guys. Make sure to smash the like button. This one is going to be crazy because Trump imposes term limits as well. We got to talk about that. And we also got to talk about the additional money that's going to the Ukraine that was pushed by Mitch McConnell's latest speech about becoming and still staying as the world's police. Should there be term limits? That's the big question. But here's an update on Mitch McConnell. Take a listen.
Bit of breaking news to bring to you right now. We've gotten word that Republican leader Mitch McConnell has taken a fall. It happened during the Senate Republican lunch today. Two medical responders were seen briefly entering the office. Afterward, they have now left. Our Jay O'Brien is on the Hill. Jay, what more do we know?
Yeah, Kira, we know essentially what you know, which is that Mitch McConnell had that fall during the weekly Senate Republican lunch. Obviously, it was in the view of the Senate Republican Conference and his colleagues. He is currently in his office. Last we were aware, he was visited briefly by two medical responders who went into his office, briefly visited with McConnell, and then left. John Thune, who's the incoming Senate Majority Leader who is taking over for McConnell, has said that McConnell is fine and that he's in his office. That is the extent of what we know of McConnell's condition after that fall. But remember, Kira, this comes after McConnell had had a series of public falls over the...
So Mitch McConnell, it is time to go. I think we need term limits. The fact that this guy is still around, I know John Thune is coming in, and bro, what is happening? Why is he still around? Why is he still? It's some type of inspiration to Republican senators. This is crazy. He fell again. I'm going to show you a video of him falling before, but this is not the first time. It's time to retire. Why is John Thune and everybody else not pushing the envelope on Mitch McConnell?
Years. And then, of course, those two instances in which he froze up in public before television cameras, those occurred in the summer of 2023. It was because of concerns about his age, Kira, that McConnell decided to step down from Republican leadership, which he's now done.
And we'll never forget those two times on live television when he literally froze in the middle of...
He literally froze. Literally has frozen. This is not the first time Mitch McConnell falls. Here's a video of Mitch McConnell falling. Can't even get up. Team Mitch can't even get up. I mean, this has to be some type of elderly abuse. No, I mean, this is like Joe Biden 2.0. As you can see right here, we have, you know, medics on the scene. I mean, what else are you holding on to? It's time for term limits. It really is. I mean, Trump has literally imposed term limits before. He wants to impose them in this administration. I hope it goes through because I'm sick of this. This is him talking about it at 3:05 during this video. Let me refresh it here.
Constitutional amendment to impose term limits on members of Congress.
To impose term limits on members of Congress. Now, of course, members of Congress and the Senate, are they actually going to vote for it? I mean, a lot of these people are getting rich.
This is how I will shatter the deep state and restore government that is controlled by the people and for the people. Thank you very much.
Government that is controlled for the people and by the people, says Trump, to impose term limits. As you can see right here, an 82-year-old turning 83, Mitch McConnell, falling out of place. Breaking, Mitch McConnell fell during Senate GOP lunch, and medical personnel have just arrived at his office. This comes after several medical issues over the last year from Mitch McConnell, including freezing up. This guy either needs to not run for re-election or we've got to primary him. How does he keep getting reelected? I know. I mean, this was the video, devastating video right here, watching elder abuse. This is literally elder abuse.
Bipartisan cooperation and a string of
he begins to freeze up here. John Thune in the back. He just froze. He literally just froze. Not the first time. Now he's falling out of place. It's not the first time at all. Not at all. And he just froze. And people are like, wait a minute. This guy's freezing up. 82 years old. Everybody's age is different. Everybody's age is different. Mitch McConnell also responsible for pushing Democrats to do what they just did. You won't believe this new announcement. This is crazy. Take a listen to this.
The United States and G7 are now making good on that commitment. Together, we will leverage income earned from frozen Russian sovereign assets to provide a total of $50 billion of extraordinary revenue acceleration ERA loans to Ukraine. This will lend vital support to the people of Ukraine as they defend their country, and it also makes clear aggressors and tyrants will be responsible for the damage they cause.
That's just crazy. Once again, Joe Biden has announced he is loaning Ukraine another $50 billion. Just last week, they announced that they were sending almost $1 billion. Now they're going back to $50 billion of our tax dollars. This is bullshit. As he knows, Ukraine will never pay it back. This is simply a way to get around Congress having to approve the gift. Yet another middle finger by Joe Biden and the rest of Democrats. I mean, it's kind of just insanely crazy. All right. Now we have an update from Joni Ernst. So Joni Ernst is starting to get in line. But Joni Ernst is one of those people that if she is your senator, Joni Ernst, I mean, take a look at this. This is what she felt about Donald Trump.
So you were one of the first Senate Republicans to acknowledge that Joe Biden won. You did so, I think, in December after the Electoral College met. Is that right?
Yes, that's
so. If not impeachment, conviction, what accountability should there be for Donald Trump, considering that he incited them and spread this lie that enraged them until they attacked the Capitol? I mean, you must agree that he bears some responsibility.
Well, and I have said that he does bear some responsibility by exhibiting poor leadership, but I also place a lot of responsibility upon those that were rioting and assaulted our democracy by coming into the Capitol. It was horrific, but we do have those that are being arrested for coming into the Capitol illegally. The president showed poor leadership. We know that. But as far as other courses of action, the president, former president, is now a private citizen. There are courses of action that could be taken against a private citizen.
Wow. So Joni Ernst, new footage is showing up of her basically calling for Trump to, hey, he's a private citizen now. Joni Ernst basically wanted Trump to be prosecuted for in jail. This is another Republican wasting space. Even Elon Musk commented, very, very interesting here. What they got going on there. Joni Ernst also caught on camera saying this. Take a listen.
So the example of transgender people serving in our military. We have transgender people serving in our military. They will bleed red just as the rest of us. But I also take a stance that we should not be integrating transgender people into certain situations where it does make, if you have a female barracks and you have a transgender woman who has not transitioned, we shouldn't make the rest of the unit uncomfortable about that setting. There are certain accommodations we can make for that transgender individual. But if they bring value.
Somebody in the comments said that's a bad wig. You guys are reckless. You guys are reckless. Well, here's Dan Bongino speaking of Joni Ernst, because she was one of the people giving Pete Hegseth a lot of trouble. Take a listen.
I understood that by telling the truth and by speaking truth to power, that I was never going to be that guy. And believe me, there are consequences. I'm only human, folks. Sometimes you really just want someone to say, like, look at Dan and give you a little, and that's never going to happen. Me outside of government is better. Because if I wanted to get inside of government right now, I would need the support of senators like Lindsey Graham and Joni Ernst. And you know what? It's not worth selling your soul over. Why do I bring those two up? Because very credible sources, unimpeachable sources, have told me that these are the two ringleaders behind sabotaging Pete Hegseth. And it's disgusting because they both share one thing in common. They've run under our brand, the Republican Party brand. Folks, Pete's being destroyed. His life, his wife, his kids, his family. They've dragged his mother into it. And they're doing it because they're applying Rule 11 of Saul Alinsky's rules, because that's who the media is. Pick the target, freeze it, personalize it, polarize it. Don't attack abstract corporations or bureaucracies. Identify a responsible individual. Ignore attempts to shift or spread the blame. They are focusing on Pete. Folks, it is time to draw the line. They've already taken their scalp in Matt Gaetz. If we don't draw a line in the sand and say, not today, not this guy, then folks, the swamp's already won.
So who is the swamp? Many would argue that people like, of course, Mitch McConnell, but the swamp is very much alive and still running, which is just crazy. And I remember there was a clip and a list of a bunch of people who run under the Republican platform. And if you really want Trump to be successful, man, you got to start primarying these people that legitimately. And I'm pretty sure that there's people on the left. I mean, who on the left still exists that a lot of people on the left don't want them to still not exist. Whoa, let me watch myself. YouTube, calm down. I hear you. But pretty much they're older. They're just clogging up space, and we need term limits. That's so crazy how we don't have term limits. Somebody in the comments said that he's already 83 years old. Already 83. Falling all over the place, having medical emergencies. It's time to get him up out of here. This makes no sense. Literally, clips of him falling, clips of him freezing up in public. And this is still one of the biggest. He literally just made a speech the other day. Mitch McConnell made a speech about how we should keep funding Ukraine. That's not crazy? I mean, that's insane. He made a speech because he was receiving an. By the way, this guy's still receiving awards. Bro, the swamp is deep. The swamp is just crazy. He made a speech literally the other day and basically just talking about giving more money. Let's see. I think this was a recent speech that he made. Let's take a listen to this.
I'm really glad you raised that. I should have covered that before. I think one of the most gratifying results of the Senate becoming Republican, the filibuster will stand.
Jesus Christ. That's how slow he talks. He's a dinosaur, literally a dinosaur. Oh man, this is too bad. Oh man, that is so bad. That is so bad. Anyways, ladies and gentlemen, Mitch McConnell falling all over the place. That's insane. That is insane. Yeah, guys, this is just, it's too much. Let me read a comment real quick. Do you believe more to all the billions we've sent? Trump will tell Big Z, I'm not giving you any more money. Yeah, another $50 billion is just absolutely insane. Another $50 billion, guys. Another $50 billion to Ukraine sent by this administration. It really isn't. It's not getting any better. Yeah, but we still got a while to go. We still have a while to go before Trump takes office. So what they're doing right now is they're just dumping, and they're not stopping. Guys, they're not stopping at all. It's insane. Old folks seem like dinosaurs. I mean, look, man, the guy literally is having medical emergencies in the middle of GOP lunches. In the middle of GOP lunches, he's having medical emergencies. So we'll see, ladies and gentlemen. We'll see what the future holds. But man, it is time for term limits. It is time for term limits. It really is. Make sure to smash the like. I don't know how many likes we got. Make sure to smash the like button, ladies and gentlemen, if you guys can. If you haven't smashed the like button just yet, please do that. I'll see you guys on the next one.